I have chosen you for this
That's a
podcast.
long time coming.
A long time coming.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody who doesn't know you, how would you introduce your career? So it's like, this what do your words and your mindset, where does that come from? How are you accredited?
Right. What I like to kind of sum everything up just to make it easy
I know.
is entrepreneur and investor.
Yeah.
Only because, you know,
You come from a background of
several different businesses and different industries doing different things. And also now I'm doing a lot of investing,
yeah.
my own portfolio. So it's easier to just say entrepreneur investor. It kind of sums up all those things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than going into the minutia of like every single business.
Well, like technology, right? You come from
Yeah. Like I used to do software development, a lot of some hardware, some networking, but mostly programming.
I think
And
that matters. I think that comes into play.
yeah, because I went to school for computer programming and computer science.
Yes.
And then I started getting my own programming jobs, development jobs, working in front end code, back end code, databases. And then as I was working my way up, doing, more senior developer stuff, team lead stuff, that's when I started getting to the point of I was getting good at leading a team, but I wanted to do more for the team. We're getting stuck on other parts, other operations of the business, management, account management, sales, everything outside of the team. And so that's when I wanted to branch out of development and actually help the team that I was on with the other parts of the business. So that way we can get our product out quicker to the customer, faster, the right thing. Because a lot of those things were challenges when I was delivering code, and it was outside of my ability to address. So in order to address it, I had to like leave development and actually go into like kind of management role to fix that.
At what point did you think there's a future in it?
Oh, a future in that.
Yeah, in the coaching.
Um, so when I went into leading the team, at first we were working with agile methodologies, they call it agile frameworks, and I became what they call Scrum Master,
That's right.
which is it's somebody
That
who
from your LinkedIn
yeah,
profile.
it's somebody who works with a team who's mainly doing the Scrum framework,
Yeah.
which is a really good framework for iterating features and getting them to your customer as quickly as possible with as much feedback, so you're building the right thing. And so that was kind of like the more the managerial role of like how to enable the team to do that, right? Um, but even that had limitations because I was given one team and then I was given two teams, and then trying to figure out, okay, I'm able to work with the team so that way they could be as effective as possible within the team,
Yes.
but outside the team, like the delivery, like the release management, stuff like that, that was outside of the team now. It's other departments now. And so I had to branch out further to find out, well, how do I work with these other teams to make sure that we get out effectively on time to the right spec, what the customer was looking for, and get a good feedback loop going. And that's what started leading me down to the coaching route, because now I'm working with other parts of the organization, eventually the entire organization,
Yeah.
and I'm coaching them on how to effectively work with the Scrum teams that I was Scrum Master for, which eventually led me down the role of Agile coach.
How did you effectively motivate people?
So the best way that I found is start with empathy. So empathize with
Beautiful.
who you're working with.
Yeah.
Find out what their goals are, what their incentives are, what motivates them, so that way you can work with them and kind of like make a deal. It's like you understand what they're looking for, their goals, what motivates them, their incentive model as well, and find out, okay, how can I help you achieve what you're looking for? And at the same time, still get what I'm looking for these teams when we make a deal. And so we try to bridge the two
Yeah.
together. It's like, hey, I know you're looking for this. You're looking to get this out at this time because it was promised to this customer. Okay, great. in the future, can you work with us? Let us know when those communications are happening. We can let you know what our timelines look like and get a little bit more of an effective delivery model happening here. So that way you get a better idea of what we can actually give to the customer.
Yeah.
You can communicate better timelines to them, like it'll actually be delivered closer to them. And the team will be given a better heads up
Mhm.
as to expectations on your end. It's a win win for everybody.
Yes.
So, empathizing
Empathizing.
and also incentive model, which is how are they getting paid?
Yeah.
How, like what's driving them to do what they're doing? And
How
how do
does
you,
the carrot keep
yeah, how do you work with that? Because
dangling?
everyone operates based on the incentive model. They're doing what they need to do in order to get paid.
Yeah.
And so I want to find out, okay, so what is that? Like, what is the motivation behind what you're doing to do your job?
Mhm.
And how can I help you not only hit your goals and, get paid, get those bonuses, but then alternatively work with us as well. So that way we can do what we need to do. Basically, I want a deal where we all win.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm after.
If you could go into a little bit about the bar business and you getting into
Yep.
that.
Yeah. Bar business is interesting. It's I
Why? It's very different than coaching.
yes, it was very different. I'm very interested in different business models.
How it works.
I obviously have a big passion for cocktail mixology,
Yes.
cocktail bars, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Always wanted to open one,
Yeah.
but I wanted to do it in the right environment with the right,
People?
yeah, on the right terms. And so I ended up making a deal with some partners of mine at the barbershop
Yes.
that I was going to. Was getting haircuts there. It was a very high end luxury barbershop that I was
Yes.
going to. And
So barbershop and bar.
they didn't have a bar at the time,
Yeah.
but basically what happened was they and really upscale luxury barbershop in Oakville I started going to once things started opening up in COVID, after COVID. And basically what happened was one of the brothers was a barber, the other brother was managing the front. And as we're talking and chatting, he's very business oriented, also like very on the business side of things, but also passionate about cocktails and wanted to open up a cocktail bar. I was also interested in wanting to open one, but I wanted to kind of proof of concept it, see if it would be a good idea.
Yes, yes. Though this was all like a test,
It was
kind
a
of.
test, yeah. So the idea was, okay, we have this front reception area in the barber shop that was being underutilized. So we figured, okay, well, we could turn that into the cocktail bar. So it'd be like a bar and barber shop.
Yeah.
It was already kind of like
Has this been done before
yes, yes, there's
in Canada?
yes,
Oh,
yes, there's a really popular cocktail bar downtown Toronto called the Gift Shop,
okay.
and
Gift
it's
shop?
gift shop,
Okay.
and it's a bar and barber shop. And they had a really good bartender. His name was H.
Mhm.
He's retired now, so somebody else is there. I haven't been there since H left.
Yeah.
But it was
Topic, but what makes a good bartender?
what makes a good bartender? Someone who can look their customer in the eye, really understand their mood, their vibe,
Yeah.
what they're
Like
looking
a
for.
DJ
Yeah,
instead, but
and even though they're asking for something simple, right? The effort and how you put that drink together really is dependent on what you get from the customer.
yeah.
And we learned this through our dealer's choice program, which is this off menu program where we can make any drink you want,
Yeah.
but we do it by answering a few questions to understand the customer a little bit better
Okay.
before concocting
Yeah. Know your
the,
customer.
the
This is the
creation.
financial district.
Exactly. We need to know your base, what kind of drinks you're normally interested in, be bitter, sweet, sour, smooth, buttery, savory. We
It's
just
like all over. Like you really can go so many different ways.
yeah,
I
no,
don't think people realize that.
no, they don't. They just think a drink is a drink when you order off the menu.
Yeah.
But our mixologists really cared and put a lot of effort and passion into the drinks.
Yeah, it's quite beautiful. It's artistry, really.
And it's
Yeah.
and it's a connection between the bartender and the customer.
Beautiful.
And so even though it feels like every drink, every old fashioned, every Negroni you make is the same for every customer,
Yeah.
it isn't. They're really making that drink for that
Sure.
one customer.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people realize that. It's
Yeah.
Kazuo Ueda, who wrote the book on cocktail techniques in Japan.
Yeah.
He really dove into this into his book,
That is so cool.
and the connection that the bartender has to the customer.
Yeah.
And once you get an understanding of that and you really understand what that connection is, how to develop that,
Create it. Yeah.
you 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 bring yourself to the next level of mixology. So highly
So if
recommend it.
you don't know people, you can't be a great bartender. Like if you're not into connecting with people.
It's very much about connecting with the customer.
Yeah.
Without that, yeah, you're just making drinks.
Yeah, you're
It
just
really, that's all it is. You're just making drinks.
like in
But
our teenage parties where we would just throw hard on
yeah,
liquor with
you're just going out to the kitchen and just mixing whatever to and throwing it in a glass,
those red cups.
hoping for the best, right? That you're just mixing drinks. Yeah.
I was not connecting with
No, yeah, yeah. No one's connecting there.
connecting.
Yeah, but in that regard, yeah, it's very much a personable job. You
Wow.
have to be you have to have that connection with the customer. That's super important. That's what brings people back too.
Mm.
What brings people back is not only the quality of the drinks, but the bartender.
They're saying, "Can you make that same drink for me again?" Are they remembering?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah. And that's why the connection is important
Yeah.
because they will remember you.
They
They will
will like
remember the drink. Just like whenever I walk into the barber shop, Russell will remember
how
who I am, exactly how where we left off, everything, and we'll have a great conversation. And that haircut is just is designed for me, as is the drink is designed for that customer as well.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah,
If we go back to the business model part,
yeah,
can you tell me what the benefits of failure is?
yeah. This is a very
Is
good.
failure,
This
yes.
is a very good question. Um,
Failure is looked in a negative connotation
yeah,
for years now.
yeah,
And I think you were the one that put that spin on it
yeah,
and made me see the world much differently.
yeah,
Because failure is literally the one thing that we are all avoiding.
yeah. And that's not good. Like nobody wants to fail,
No.
but we have to recognize our failures. And the most important part of failure is what did I learn about this that will help me improve in the future for not just the same business, but or other aspects of my life, other aspects of business. That's the important part, right? So you don't want to just go out and start failing at everything and just be and accept and expecting some kind of success. It's not going to happen, right?
Well, Cliff told me to fail.
Fail. So
So
I'm just
I
gonna
was gonna
I'm good at that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and screw up everything. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is it's really important to retrospect on that failure. What happened here? How did we execute? What did we think was going to go right? Why didn't it go right? What did we learn from this? And how will we do this better next time? Right? And if you don't take those steps, then the failure is for you. You lose all the
is
benefits.
repeated fails kind of a common thing?
If you, yeah, there's
Patterns.
if you keep making the same mistakes, it's usually because you're not retrospecting and learning from those
And
mistakes.
you're losing a ton of money.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to learn. Like if you fail at something and you correct it, what did you learn and make sure that you improve upon later to keep things going. That's super important.
I think you learn faster that way
You learn
rather than
faster, yeah, from failure because
you're
you
scared.
you experience emotion. And that emotion,
You
it
tie it.
yeah, it's one thing to read about someone else's failure
Yeah.
or observe someone else's failure, but you don't feel it. When you feel those failures
That will
firsthand,
change you for life.
it rewires things in your brain. You start building new neurons, neuroplasticity that actually, and it's just like biological. So that way you don't do that again. That's just how we were built. But you can't, it's very difficult to build that without experiencing it. I mean, you could read up on how to do things right the first time so you don't screw up and you can go ahead and do it and it might turn out okay. But you will experience failures. And when those failures hit you, that experience really sticks with you. You really learn fast because you're like, I do not want to feel that again. I do not want to go through that again. So what am I going to do to make sure that it doesn't happen again? And then I go forward in a successful way. So that's why I think it's important to experience those failures. You will become stronger, more resilient because of them. It's really important to retrospect on them and learn from that. It's very important.
I think a lot of people, after they fail, will not, because of all the traumatic emotions, it's hard for them to move forward
It's
and
hard to
do
bounce
that
back.
again.
Yeah. No, it's very hard to bounce back.
There's like a small percentage of people that are able to walk forward
Yes.
in a new endeavor, knowing that they failed before.
Yes. Resiliency is key here. You have to be resilient.
How do you
It-
build resiliency?
Resiliency, the way I like to build it is getting experience to these things through maybe small failures. Don't take on something so big that if you wipes you out, you lost your house, your car, everything. You don't want those kind of failures. But if you start getting used to smaller failures and learning and quickly learning, improving and succeeding, and then you hit another.
Revenue decreased every Friday at 4 p.m. What happened? That's a fail.
It's like,
Happened.
yeah, what happened here? What's going on? Did we not recalculate our volumes correctly? Or what are we selling? What's our margins on those sales? Like what's going on there? And then let's say you find the problem, you correct Fridays, you adjust for what you're expecting to actually sell, and you sell it. And you're like, oh, Fridays are looking a lot better. Great, right? What's the next problem that we're dealing with? That's your quote unquote failure. That builds resiliency.
Absolutely.
Like these little things that
Instead of build you down to get you down, you're just like, no, like we're gonna make this better.
yeah, you want to experience these little failures. And you say failures, like failure has a negative connotation, right?
Yeah,
Uh
I know. That's why when you said that, it blew on my mind.
but it shouldn't.
More people
It's
should.
Yeah, it's like this thing that I tried didn't work out.
Wow.
And why, right? How can I learn from this? And then how I can move on and improve from that? Because again, the brain with through emotions and experiences learns the fastest.
Yeah.
So that's why you want to come across these encounters yourself to build that resiliency. Because now, like if you continuously build that and you continuously come across these problems, these challenges, and you improve on them, then like as time goes on, as these things happen, they almost roll off of you like, oh, yeah, no, not a big deal. It's like, oh,
Your skin.
yeah, thicker skin. It's like, oh, we lost X million dollars. It's like, that's okay. Let's find out what's going on here and see if we can get things back on track, right?
I love that.
You are cool. You're just very calm, very collected because you've built the resiliency to be able to handle these bigger failures based on the mountain that you've been climbing.
You
Yeah.
know, when I first went into the financial industry, the first thing they did when I sat on the table was like, we need people with thick skin. And I remember hearing that even that concept, I was in my 20s. I was just like, I don't even know how to
What that is? What are you talking
which
about?
means
Like,
my
yeah,
skin was probably
yeah, it's like, do I have to see a doctor? Or
it was probably way too thin. But I obviously with the bakery and everything, yes, it's thick AF right now.
yes.
Um, what's your relationship with overthinking?
So overthinking sometimes can lead to a bit of analysis paralysis where you want to do your due diligence, but you get stuck in this rut of inability at action, right? Because you're constantly thinking about different scenarios, how things can go, what can go right, what can go wrong, and it's preventing you from actually just actioning it and finding out quicker.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's better to just do. It may go right, may go wrong. You might
So
fail.
to an overthinker, what would you say? Like how to get out of that? What can we say? What can we tell them?
The best thing I would recommend is to just do the thing. Doing things, not putting too much thought into it. Like enough thought into it,
An action needs to happen.
but an action needs to happen for you to come across, like, learn from what's working, learn immediately from what's not working, and then you'll know what to do next and next and next. And you'll see progress there. Whereas if you're trying to think of every scenario without doing, you're not going to experience all those different scenarios.
Yeah.
Like, because you're trying to anticipate
Anticipate.
them
Yeah.
in advance. And some of them may happen, but some of them won't. And a lot of people feel like, oh, I have to do this to save time to not hit all those
Yeah, yeah,
those
sure.
those failures. But on the flip side of that, it might actually be faster to just do the thing, experience those failures, and then quickly overcome it to
Fall,
get
get back up.
to where you need to go.
Yeah.
And you'll learn a lot faster due to the experience of doing the thing,
Yeah.
So like reading a book on riding a bike.
Yes.
Oh, what happens if I fall? Okay, how much force do I need to put on these pedals or whatever? Like, you could be there for a while, or we can just get on the bike and just try it. You'll learn so much. The brain learns so much
You'll
when
get
you,
some skin knees.
but the brain will learn so much from the doing and from failing from doing.
Yeah.
And you will get back up and you'll try again
Yes.
and you'll be like, oh, I understand there's a balance thing here I wasn't anticipating. Oh, okay, there's a little momentum and velocity thing in here, things that the book didn't explain. So that's kind of the analogy I would put it at. It's like
Yeah.
overthinking is like trying to prep yourself on how everything's going to go, the plan.
Yeah.
And it's good, I'm not saying get rid of that,
No.
but you need to, what I say is, do just enough,
Yeah.
get to the doing part, because the doing part, you're going to learn, fail, and move forward a lot faster than the analysis part.
Yeah.
Just start doing, that's
I love
important.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just start doing.
Yeah.
Um, I know sometimes I veer off into different subjects depending
Yes.
on um my how does social media get in the way of productivity and success?
So
I know you have.
social media is a very interesting beast.
Beast.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the
it's
beast.
so, social media is a very powerful tool that you can use.
That is what we are taught.
Yep.
That social media is a great tool. And I do agree. I use it very often.
Use it as a marketing tool. It's a great promotional tool. It's a great tool to build brands. From a business perspective, it's a crucial tool. You need it. However, um,
What are the limits that social media can put on entrepreneurs or just people in business in general?
yeah, so um, there's a certain amount of organic growth that happens. Sometimes it can happen on social media, but I wouldn't bank everything on social media. It's a great way to get your brand out there, great way to expand awareness, marketing. It's a great tool for all those things. But if you're a retail business, for example,
Yeah.
you also want to make sure that you're really focusing on your local market, on your city market, wide area market. You want to make sure that you're not just doing like online. It is very powerful. You can get a lot from it, but
We have.
again, you also want to make sure that you're focusing on your walk-in traffic, um, tourism that's kind of coming in
I just
specifically.
feel like there's so many other aspects that are not getting the time and attention because we're all like jumping around like monkeys and making reels and
I mean, I don't blame people for doing that because,
yeah.
like I said, the best bang for your buck when it comes to marketing
Yeah.
is like for example, right now it would be getting one of your marketing videos viral on TikTok. That will do massive numbers, and even if 1% of those numbers
Yes.
end up discovering your business and coming in, it's a huge win, right?
Yes.
And so I don't blame people for playing that game. That's the game you have to play.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is don't let that be the only game, because if you're a retail business, also just make sure that you're paying attention to your local market as well.
Yeah.
The walk-in traffic.
P&Ls, P&Ls.
You want to go into P&Ls?
No, I'm just saying that there's other aspects that need
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah. Yeah, don't
I get into the social media vortex and then my P&Ls get left behind sometimes.
so that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. It's one thing to be
Mhm.
generating new leads to get more revenue,
Yeah.
but if your P&L is out of whack,
The hell you're doing on that social media.
yeah, you might even be in the situation where with the more customers you get, the more money you lose. Because if you're losing money per customer, then it's actually
Compounded.
worse. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you don't compound the losses when you start expanding on social media,
Yeah.
right? What you want to do is if you have a small following, right, and not a lot of customers, not a lot of revenue,
What's small?
relative.
Okay.
I can't really put a number on
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
but
yeah.
let's say you're just starting and you're opening up.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that P&L is in check and tight at the beginning. Because once you start scaling, you scale everything, including the problems, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to scale the problems. So you want to make sure everything is good in your profit and loss. Like
Tight ship.
where's money being spent? Where are expenses? What are we paying out? How much are we getting in? And trying to minimize those losses, trying to minimize how much we're spending on inventory, extra expenses, anything like that, and make sure there's a good amount of profit coming in versus expenses,
Yeah.
good P&L ratio, then it's time to expand. Because when you scale, you're going to come across new problems, scaled problems, like bigger
Yeah.
problems.
Yes.
And
More money, more problems.
yeah. And then you need to stop and then handle those as you get there. If you scale too fast, you will scale the small problems and have to deal with the big problems. And that might just sink you. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure your P&Ls are tight before you start scaling with social media. And
That's
and
any business, any
that's universal.
retail,
That's retail, online.
every
It doesn't matter. You want to make sure your P&L is tight because once you start scaling your business, you want to scale the profit you're getting, but then you're inevitably, and it happens to every business, you're going to hit problems that happen at a bigger scale,
Yep.
and you're going to have to stop and handle those when you get there. You don't want to scale and bring the small problems along with you as well, because that's when you're now just in the red all the time.
Yep.
So that's very important. Definitely, that's what you need to do before scaling with social media. Make
Yes.
sure your profit and loss is in check, and there's a good
Mhm.
amount of green coming in, not
Red.
so much bleeding.
And, you don't participate in social media, is that right?
Yeah, I don't have any personal social media accounts. I have my business accounts because obviously they're marketing tools, right?
Yeah. But why?
I just I know the power of social media and I know what it can do to an audience and to people. It is designed to um, attract eyeballs. It's designed to pull you into whatever you want to promote, advertise, or show,
Yeah.
either personal or business. I know that, and that's primarily why I'm not on it because I know how powerful it is. Like I know how powerful of a tool marketing can be.
Distraction.
A lot of distraction. It's designed to keep you in the app for as long as possible, which is why every iteration
Chemically.
yeah, which is why every iteration of social media is more engaging. You
Yeah.
know, Facebook, we were scrolling ourselves through a page or people's pages or your feed, your
Yeah.
wall when they came out with that. And then Instagram made it even easier to go from one to the next to the next. Stories made and reels made it even easier to go. They would just play literally automatically. And now TikTok is even faster. It doesn't even require you to touch it. It will just automatically
Go to the next.
go to the next. So the engagement model keeps getting going higher and higher on these
Addicting.
social yeah, because the whole point of the model is to keep you engaged
Watching.
and watching. Eyeballs on the screen. That's what it is. So I know this.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, I don't need that,
Yeah.
And so that's why I don't have any social media accounts. And primarily the reason why, if you talk to any employees at Meta or ByteDance, which owns TikTok, um, a lot of their employees and their kids don't have social media because
The science.
they understand what they're selling.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's
Don't get
that's
high up your own supply.
that's why that's it's just a personal choice. I have no issues with people who are on social media. Like I totally understand want to like share your photos, real stories, want to connect with your friends, that's all good, right? It's just
Yeah, because
something.
it's very different. I think it's you're not and I am, like, completely I
Exactly.
have, like, 4 accounts.
Exactly, exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I
I have
know.
no issues with people with social media.
It's funny the contrast and sometimes in our conversations like we
It
have,
is.
right?
But forced me to reinforce physical connection and relationships.
Yeah.
I reach out to
I love that
people.
so much.
I reach out to people. We go out,
Yeah.
go to different places.
You don't
Go out
know
for
what's going on or what vacations they're going on
no.
because you're not on social media. So you're like, "Hey,
See,
now you gotta tell me everything."
yeah, I realized this back when I was on social media, like maybe 10 years ago. I ran into a friend at a wedding who I hadn't seen physically in a long time,
Yeah.
but I knew everything about them.
Like, it's
I knew when they got married, when they had their kids. I knew the fact they were just in Italy on a trip. We had nothing really to talk
talk
about
about, yeah.
in person, even though I hadn't seen him in like years. And so
It's a false sense of intimacy.
yeah, so there's a pro and a con to that where it's like it's cool to be connected to all your friends and know everything that's going on, but it's also kind of cool to like not know everything and then just connect in person and discover all those things for the first time.
To, like, reignite that presency.
Yeah, just bring back human connection
That
and that element of surprise when you haven't seen someone in so long.
right.
You don't know what's
You're
been going
actually
on.
excited to see them because
Yeah,
like, I have
and you're
no idea what you're up to.
I have no idea. I haven't been following you for years. You haven't been popping in any feed that notifies
Yeah.
me what's going on.
What's going on?
So
Ooh,
I like that.
little Timmy's birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
You, do you consume a lot of books,
Yeah. Um, related to the social media thing,
content? Yeah.
since I have been off social media, I've been replacing it with books. So where I used to have my social media icons
Yes.
on my phone, I now have my Kindle reader
Yeah.
and I read. So when I'm bored, instead of like opening up like Instagram or TikTok,
Yeah.
I open up my book and I read.
And over our trip to Portugal, what I saw, I'm like, I kept looking over at your phone and it was always words. Like it was always like book pages. So
Yeah.
I just found that like I'm like, so I mean, if we were to put a number on how many books that you read per minute.
Oh, I don't.
Or
No, I would say I go through maybe like 2 to 3 books a month.
okay, that's
So
not
like
bad.
reasonable, like
Yeah.
not too much because I basically read when I'm in transit, if I'm on a train, if I'm on a plane, um, and then I'll read like small bits if I'm like in a waiting in a line
Yes.
or waiting in a meeting,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But like any moment that I would have opened up a social media because I'm bored,
Yeah.
I just open the book instead and I just pick up literally where I left off.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
What I wanted to go next was your new endeavors of investing.
Okay, yeah,
This is like a new thing. So can you tell us a little about it? I mean, it's new to me because you just we were talking, we were going through the bar and everything like that.
right, yeah.
Then you no longer have it.
Yeah, I sold that
You
business.
sold the
Yeah.
business and you're on to the next,
Yeah.
which it's exciting and I'd like to hear about it.
Yeah. So, sold the bar, sold a lot of the real estate I had
Yep.
because I was big into properties, mostly, 6 and 8 plexes, multi units, stuff like that, residential.
Huge
Um,
responsibilities. Yeah.
there's a lot of work in it. There's a lot of money to be made in there, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of work. These are
You gotta love what you do though,
yeah,
ultimately.
yeah, and
Did
these
you love doing that real estate?
I did, but I guess the problem with real estate was you're dealing with physical assets, you're dealing with the cycles of the market, you're dealing with people and
Yep.
through tenancy and property management, and
Factors that are beyond your control.
yeah, and you have to kind of take a look
Risk management.
at the margins. You have to kind of take a look at the appreciation you're making, the cash flow you're making,
Yep.
and kind of make a judgment call to say, is the money that I'm getting worth the time, effort, investment, headaches
Yeah.
I'm getting with this avenue. For me, it was good money, but I'm like, you know what? I think I could be doing something better with less headaches. I'm probably more interested in, probably even make a little bit
Something
more.
that you enjoy as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so liquidated a lot of that. And I took, so now a lot of that money is in investments. I've
So these
invested,
are stocks?
yeah, mostly stocks and equities. There's some ETFs in there.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, mostly equity stocks. And yeah,
What do you love about it?
I mean, two things I love about it, at least compared to real estate. Number one, these are like liquid assets, so like paper, it's
Yep.
electronic. So
Can
if
redeem at any time.
I can
3 days.
sell what I no Insta.
It is instant.
You know what? I think
Some
if I wanted
products.
to get it, if I wanted to get it from, investment account to bank account,
Yep.
probably like a day and a half,
Okay.
in my pocket,
So
right?
instantly liquid.
Yeah. So you're not dealing with like physical assets.
Yep.
You're dealing with like electronic paper
Mhm.
assets
In and out.
in and
Super
out.
fast.
Returns can be higher.
Yes.
This is the part you kind of have to practice and get good at because the market
Yeah.
is, stock market is ruthless. It will destroy you if you are careless. It absolutely ravages people
Could you
if you're not paying
compare it
attention.
to like casino, like
It's not necessarily gambling
yeah.
because if you look at the returns on the stock market over the last 100 years,
Yeah.
it's always gone up,
Yep.
and it will continue to do so. That is
Yeah.
kind of fact.
Yeah.
No matter how bad of a
Set in
dip
stone, yeah.
we take, in time it will recover, and you will make more. That's just guaranteed.
Okay.
Where
When is the fact?
Yeah, there's the big when. Whereas a casino, it is random. It is
Yeah.
odds
Yeah.
depending on what game you're playing.
It's just that like adrenaline is what I'm talking
So
about.
this is where gamblers in the stock market will lose all their money
Yeah.
because of the adrenaline rush when you do a win, and then you put more money on, like, maybe say a risky stock
Yeah.
that's really volatile.
Yeah.
Those are the people who are most likely to lose their money.
Yeah.
And the ones that understand how the market works understand that it's based on emotion.
Yeah.
It's basically the collective emotion of everybody who has their money in there, constantly buying and selling.
Yes.
And you understand how the market works, how it cycles, what kind of things would affect it, news.
So you're a reactive
If you're reactive,
investor, you are in trouble.
you are in trouble. You will lose your money. I don't recommend it to anyone.
So instead of emotion coming over and you're reacting, instead you walk away, cool down,
You walk away, you cool down, you don't look at it,
rationalize.
you rationalize, you understand the market a bit better. Just don't be so reactive. There's some cases where you might have to be reactive.
So the better you at regulating, the better you are in the game.
It's an emotional game, first and foremost. Anyone who asks me what's the best thing I can do to tackle a stock market, it's understand your emotions and the emotions of the collective market in
Mm.
general. It takes some time. What I recommend is start very small
Yeah.
with a small portfolio. I don't recommend free. I know a lot of books will say get a free
Discount
account,
broker.
get a or when I say free, get a fake money and play around with the market with the fake money.
Yeah.
But here's the problem with that. You don't experience the pain, the loss, and the adrenaline of winning and losing.
Half of the game is the emotion.
Not with free money.
Yeah.
At least it didn't happen with me.
Yeah.
You had to play with something real
Yeah.
to feel those emotions
Yeah.
in order to understand how the market works.
Yeah.
And so I played with something. I'll be honest, I didn't do it correctly. I went in pretty big, and I experienced some ridiculous losses right off the bat. Like stuff that was literally like I'm on the train to see a client, and I check the stock and my face just turns white. And I like how much money I lost. And obviously, stupidly, because I'm new to the market, I react and I sell, and it's just a massive loss.
But you learned from that failure.
But man, did I learn. But I don't recommend like going
No.
big like that because like that could have been exponential. If it
Could have
was,
been worse.
yeah, if it was like another 5 or 7x, that would have wiped me out, and then that's it. I would never, you wouldn't recover from that. So I learned a lot. I learned hard lessons there, but I also learned how the emotions now work,
Yeah.
how the cycles work, how the news affects the market, all those things.
Yes.
And
To be very in the know of the media, what's going on.
and you have to experience the market. You have to
Yeah.
actually be sitting in there with skin in the game,
Yeah.
watching and feeling
and going around
and
the way.
seeing how what's going up and down, how it's working to learn fast.
Yeah.
And you learn fast because it's your money that's in there, right?
Yeah.
So start small. I would say start small, but like not too small, like big enough where it's like you
You're gonna
feel the
feel
hey, you're like, but you'll live to trade another day.
yeah.
That's the amount that you put in to learn. And then once you learn how this market works, like over the course of a year, you're going to really understand how, earnings calls affect the market, how certain news events, how interest rates affect the market, because you're going to be watching and you're going to be following news and you're going to see how news ties, oh, this thing announcement happened and then the stock took a tumble. Oh, this thing happened and stocks rallied, right?
And you're just like,
You're gonna learn all these things as you're feeling it with your money in there. Over the year, you'll see all the different types of like annual events that happen throughout the year, quarterly events, biannual events that happen throughout a year.
yeah.
And then you'll also experience news events that are um, exclusive to
Yeah.
the year. Like some of these events will never happen again, but you understand what kind of happens there.
And what it does to the
Yeah, and then if you can also understand the emotion of how people react to certain things,
let
all
them be the reactors, not you.
all that information you will absorb, and then it will make you like a much better trader.
A
Then
sophisticated
then you'll be able to take advantage of like some of the
beginning.
high returns in some of these like in my opinion, very profitable
Yeah,
equities and stocks, especially the
absolutely.
tech sector.
Yeah.
It's an insane amount of
You
money you
think
can
you're having a lot of fun in this
I
game.
love it. I love it so much. It's
I live for it.
I live for it. Every day, just watching the market play out, my portfolio, even if it's like going down, going back up, like I love it because I understand it much better now today
Yeah,
than I did before. And it's not to say you'll ever completely 100% understand it because no one can ever predict the market.
yeah,
But the more you're in it and the more you observe it, the more you see it, the more you see how certain things affect it,
yeah.
the better you know, the better prepared you are for the next day, the day
The
after.
ups and the downs.
Yeah. And so for me, that experience has been really good. Like
Really.
now, like I'm really enjoying it. I'm making
Yeah,
very good money.
that's awesome.
And,
We love
like
money.
that's the best, right? And,
No shame in loving money.
yeah, I think I'm gonna be in this for the long haul.
Yeah,
And I guess the idea is I've been liquidating all the other businesses that I guess haven't been as interesting or not making as much money
yeah.
and replacing it with more investments. And I think the same thing might happen with the coaching and consulting eventually. Eventually, I'll probably like
That
sell
way
it
you
to
enjoy a little bit of that as
I
well.
do. It's fun. Like
Connecting with people.
right now between coaching, consulting, investing, which is pretty much all I'm doing now because all my other businesses in real estate sold,
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
But if I get rid of coaching and consulting, I'm just doing investing, I think that would be it for me. That that I wouldn't really have to do anything else. So
Um,
that's cool.
benefits is you can work from anywhere in the world.
You can work from anywhere in the world where the New York Stock Exchange is live. So
So if you're okay going to our trip a little bit,
yeah, of course.
now that it's been a week since we've been back,
Yes.
I know you were asking me like questions at the airport, and I was kind of like, I really just,
Go. Oh, I can't remember what I
what
was
did
saying.
you like about this?
So yes,
I'm looking at you like
yeah, I
you
do.
were out of this.
I feel like I went into retrospective mode.
You
We were at the airport, so it's like the trip is done. It's like,
did.
how'd you feel about it? I think you were just completely checked out. You were just like, don't talk to me. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just be over here now.
I didn't say that. But yes, I was definitely like to go home.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just in that mode. But afterwards, I did have a little bit of time to be retrospective.
Good, good. Now I know at the end of trips, like this is not the time to retrospect.
No,
Yeah.
like
This is a time for me to read my book. I'll just read my book.
I need zoning out time.
Yeah.
Like I need time to process. I don't process, I don't think maybe as quick as you.
Okay. Fair. That's
So
fair.
that's what it is. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
like time.
Okay.
Especially it has to do with energy and exhaustion.
Yeah.
But so now after that, I can ask you, what did you like about the trip?
Oh man, I mean, I love the whole trip. It was amazing.
Yeah, it
It
was.
was What I like,
We went to, Portugal, Azores, São
San
Miguel.
Miguel, and I've avoided going to this place for a multitude of reasons.
Yes, you did.
Uh, Whenever family talked about it, it seemed like the most boring place ever. It sounded like there was just like farmland everywhere, just farms, a lot of cows. Whenever they showed me pictures, they were all in black and white. So it all looked boring and bland and whatever.
We don't wanna go there.
Yeah, I'm like, this doesn't look like an exciting place, right? But because our family talked so much about it, I'm like, no, we have to
Yeah.
go. I really want to just see this place, check it off, but I wanted to go there as a tourist.
Yep.
Even though we got a lot of family there,
We did have the tourist experience.
I wanted the tourist experience. That's how I
And
like
I
to
would recommend
enjoy.
this to anybody who's has family back home and do it the
Just be a
tourist
tourist.
way.
Be a tourist. It's the funnest thing ever
Yeah.
because you get to experience the country
You
the way.
connect to the culture way more than you would ever.
Yeah, I just want to experience the country the way I want to experience it. I
Yeah.
want to go to some of the touristy
Yeah.
places, you know, learn kind of on my own. That's how I just love discovering countries.
Yeah.
And we did that. That's what
Yeah,
we
we
did.
did.
Yeah. And it was way better than my expectation because it's not an island of just farms, right?
Mhm.
It felt like there's this like lush rainforest jungle, like greenery between towns when we're driving through.
Yes.
You're driving through it, it almost feels like you're in a different like land. Like you're like y- way further than you where you thought you were, right? And just driving through such beautiful lush greenery because of the
I
volcanic.
love that word lush.
Yeah, just because like I didn't imagine this. It looked like a rainforest
Yeah, it did.
at sometimes that we were driving between cities.
Yeah.
Some of the beautiful views of the flowers and the lakes and that we saw, just gorgeous. They look way like so picturesque. You don't even it doesn't even feel real.
Yeah.
Or some of the views of the coast and you just see all the houses and the greenery going down to the beaches. It's just
Did remind me of Greece a little bit, how the houses are out against the water. And
very much.
oh, like we are like Greece. Like I never
Very
knew
much.
that.
It felt very cool. And then I didn't realize how beachy some of these towns were. How a lot of them, like a lot of these towns
Black
by the
sand.
coast, they got the black sand beaches,
Yeah.
but they got like, these cool palm trees. Some of the houses are designed very like California style
Yeah.
by the water. And I'm just like, this is not what I imagined when I thought of like old Portuguese island,
Yeah.
right? And so, yeah, highly recommend it.
Absolutely.
Really, like, the cities and the towns, especially the ones with the beaches, are beautiful. They're gorgeous. The drives between them also gorgeous. Yeah, the island is just beautiful, and then you can just see all the craters from the volcanic activity and all the water that filled up to create all these beautiful lakes and everything. It's something else.
Yeah.
And another thing, like the weather all along the coast was gorgeous,
It was
and
in
it's
September.
and it's crazy to be on the coast and have this beautiful weather, but then look up at the mountains and see a thunderstorm that is not going to hit you. It stays around.
And they would say it's island weather.
It's island weather. It's just these cloudy, foggy
They follow you
weather
there.
that's
Yeah.
just sitting around the mountains. You can see some of the lightning and everything. Meanwhile, I'm on the beach in the sun. You know, it's wild. It's definitely island weather at the extreme,
Yeah.
and but beautiful, like beautiful island. Yeah.
I love that. What did you get from just the culture of being Portuguese from going there?
You know what? I feel like that it's evolved a lot further than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Um,
You thought they were a little bit stuck in the past?
yes, because I have a lot of experience with Portuguese culture here in Canada being stuck in the past.
Immigrants, like
Yes.
immigrants that came here.
Yeah, or their children,
Yeah.
children's children. They're stuck in these particular ways or cultural things that they grew up with,
Yeah.
and they don't let go of them.
Yeah.
Kind of bothered me,
Yeah.
but now going there, I'm like, oh, like it's funny. I feel like we as immigrants or the immigrants that are in Canada, like some of them are
Because our parents were immigrants.
they're stuck in the past.
Yeah.
If you go to Portugal, you go to these islands,
They're
they
not
have
like that.
evolved. They're not like this at all.
So had our parents maybe stayed back, then they would be a little more maybe evolved as
Maybe, yeah.
individuals
I feel like they brought that point of time with
with
them to
them
the
and
country
didn't.
and didn't evolve, right? Whereas everyone else at this island and in Portugal as well,
Yeah.
right? Have evolved. And so the cultures evolve. Obviously they still keep their traditions, they still
Yep.
have stuff like that. But
Probably we're seeing that they have a lot of pride in their cleanliness and their churches.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
How things look in the chandeliers, and
Yeah,
they
they're
wanna
yeah, they're very
pride, it's ego, it's
there's a lot of that there. And I feel like that didn't translate well when they came over to Canada for
no,
some families.
100%.
Some of that pride just wasn't there. Whereas here, it's like, yeah, they really take pride in everything that they do,
Yeah,
everything that they own.
yes, I love
Yeah,
that.
and so yeah, that was pretty cool to see like firsthand. Yeah,
Perfect. So my next question would be, we have the culture in us
yeah,
just by a biology.
of course.
Um, what parts of it helped us to be successful people?
Well, I can talk a little bit about like growing up in a Portuguese family and
Yeah.
being
What attributes did it give you to be the successful person that you are? Because we know that there's a lot that's prevents us from being successful.
for sure
Well, I actually want the opposite.
hard work.
Yeah, you're
When
right.
when we were there on this island, you saw how hard everyone worked
Yeah,
that they were doing their job, whether it's a restaurant
and
or
there's pride in
bakery,
that. Yeah,
cleaning the
yeah,
church.
cleaning the church
The
is already.
sardiners in the church, the church is already spotless and
They're
they're
like, I'm
still cleaning. They want to make sure this thing is perfect. So the hard work ethic of the
yeah, we have that.
Portuguese is I grew up with that.
Yeah,
Obviously, our parents got us working hard with
yeah.
in their jobs. We got jobs, pretty quickly and worked hard.
Early, we both worked early,
Yeah, and I
early ages.
I worked my ass off when I was young, right? And that instilled into me that ethic. I
Yeah,
think is really important, and I want to make sure that my kids also have that because I think that's important that they experience
yeah,
how what it takes to earn a dollar
yeah,
and the effort that is involved
yeah,
rather than being given something on a silver platter.
yeah.
I don't think you're doing them
Any favor.
any favors doing that.
If
So get
anything, you're stunting their growth.
I
Yeah,
think so. So, that work ethic, I want to make sure I instill in them,
yeah.
and that's I think one of the most important things.
I'd like to add, for me, relentless.
Mm,
Relentless.
yeah, yeah,
People are saying, "Oh, Portuguese people are so stubborn
mm,
and they're hot-blooded."
yes,
So, if you want it to go that way, you're gonna make it go that
yeah.
way. So that's me.
Square in the circle, you
Yeah.
trying to just bang it through.
Something's in my way,
Yeah,
I get relentless
yeah,
and
yeah.
I persevere to the extreme. These are things we are unlearning, things that were installed in us that we had to unlearn.
They're not really ambitious. That's one thing.
They settle
They settle really quickly
for mediocrity.
because they don't believe they can do
That's
better.
not everyone. It's just I
No,
think it's more
but it's a common theme
the
I've seen.
immigrant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a common theme I've seen. Working a little bit too hard and not smart or not stopping to realize what can I do to make this better?
Working with your hands instead of working with your head.
Yeah. So, there's smarter ways to do this.
Yeah.
They're very good at
Working smarter.
yeah, they're very good at the foundational hard work.
Yeah.
But then when it comes time to stop and like, there's probably a better way to do this, whatever. They're not really good with that. And I've not only experienced that with our family, other Portuguese families as well. I
Yeah.
worked for a Portuguese
Yes, you
family
have.
for 10 years
You're right. You're
and
right.
it was the same
It's a
thing
fair
there.
amount. Yeah.
We, me and a friend of mine, it was his family, we would be telling, or we would be like working with his father who owned the place. And, we had all these ideas that of expansion, all things that we could do to increase revenue business, how we can improve the technology in the place so things were easier to use, easier to do business. And he just wasn't having any of it. He just wanted to be, and even today, if I walk into this place,
It looks
exactly the
don't
same.
fix what ain't broke, he's thinking.
Yeah, like probably the same fax machine, same
The fax
phone,
machine.
same everything. Like,
When I see fax machines, I
let
die.
me tell you, like just trying to get him to get to a computer and use email
Yeah.
was a struggle. It happened eventually after I left, but
Yeah.
man, but very much very same because like he likes that domain. He doesn't want to expand any further.
Yeah.
Where
I'm happy. I'm settling.
yeah, and you know what? I have an appreciation for that.
Yeah.
It's not, you don't have to be super ambitious. Some people are okay with that, but as something that's learned, I don't think that's something I would want to pass on.
Yeah.
I'd want to keep the options open. It's so that way you have the opportunity to keep things the same if everything's working great, but you also have the option to do more, go further if you want. That option wasn't presented to me growing up. That
Mhm.
wasn't an option, period.
Yeah.
It was like, be happy with what you got.
With you,
And
yeah.
that's it.
I think for me, it would be like we talked about the pride that they have,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but it can go the other way, where it's they have so much pride that they are now going to shame you.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of shame
You
in
have an
our
example there?
culture, if you're not behaving in a certain way
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
when you're going
Expectation.
out. Expectation is
Yeah.
you're representing our family.
Yeah.
We are proud of our family,
Mhm.
so don't and if you do act out of good behavior,
Mhm.
then you're gonna hear it from me
Yeah.
to
Okay.
the point where
Yeah.
it's a little bit hard, yeah.
I grew up. Yeah, we grew up
We
like
grew up like that, and that's in the culture, and
yeah.
that's generational, so that came from ancestors, right?
Actually, it's funny you mentioned that because even my older cousins, they were instilled with that,
Yeah.
and then that behavior was also put on to me. So I know for a fact that it was passed on from how they were taught, to behave.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, which is it's not good. So,
No, it's not good, but there was high standards placed.
yeah.
There was high so I feel like I didn't mention that in the benefits of our culture.
Okay, yeah.
So because I always put that standard on myself
Mhm,
via culturally,
mhm.
the bakery, I was like, "I'm gonna own a business. I'm gonna shoot for the stars." I would always hit under that,
Yeah.
but of course, I unlearned the shameful part, and it's like, "Hey, look how high I did.
Right, of course. Yeah.
If I raise the bar, maybe that'll go even higher, right?"
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's you have to recognize how far you've made it. A
Yeah.
lot of people only focus on, "Oh, I didn't quite make it far enough."
Yeah.
And
So instead of feeling that shame, I had to unlearn the shame and be like, "Whoa, look at how high I am."
yeah, you have to unlearn that, actually recognize the achievements you made up until this point. You
Absolutely.
have to take some time to stop and celebrate a little bit.
Why is that important?
It's important because it shows that you're making progress and uh you're actually hitting your goals, right? If you don't stop for these and just to celebrate where you're at, you will feel like you're stuck in the grind of what's next, what's next, what's next, and you'll never leave that. You'll never really be happy because of the what's next. You will be happy if you can stop and say, "This is great. We will do more. We will do better. But right now,
I'm
this."
happy just as I am, yeah.
So you have to stop and do that
Yeah.
to recognize that you are happy with the way things are
Yeah.
and not, I'm going to be happy when I hit this next thing.
Yeah.
Because that cycle
Vicious.
yeah, and it doesn't stop. There's always a
Burnout.
next. You can always compare yourself to somebody better.
Absolutely.
Always. So you got to make
Always gonna
sure
be somebody ahead of the game.
you got to make sure you get out of that. Be happy with what you have right now,
Yep.
so that way you're not forcing or pushing or grinding yourself to the next thing because that's the endless loop. You don't want to be in there.
Okay. That's great. Like I feel like we've really extracted like the culture and what that has to do with our success.
Yeah.
I do have to go like to the last topic, which
Sure.
would be around our dad.
Okay. Yeah.
I know. It's always like a soft spot,
That's fine. I mean, we.
but it's where I've done a lot of work. So
Okay.
I
Good.
just feel like this trip and letting his ashes go in the ocean was
Yeah.
very full circle for me
Yes.
and letting go of a lot of things.
Yeah.
It really sucks to not have like a present dad.
Of course.
Okay. And
Yeah.
as much as I can go on that violin and feel sorry for myself and be stuck in victim mentality,
Yeah.
I do like to focus on the good things that it actually gave me and brought me.
Yeah. Of course.
But before I go into that, I'd like to go into there are a lot of I don't know, daddy issues get pinned on women all the time.
Yeah.
Why is it ever focused on boys or men that don't grow up with great present fathers?
You know what? I think it's because this might be a little stereotypical, but I think boys and men in general will do everything that they can to hide that.
Yeah.
I buried those emotions,
Yeah.
right? Growing up, never showed them, tried to ignore them. So
Made you look stronger.
I think that's why the daddy issue thing always happens to women
Women.
because
We
women
show
show
it.
their emotions and men do not show their emotions. But I think they're experiencing the same thing. They're just dealing with it
Differently.
differently. So I think that's what it was. I know that's what it was for me because growing up was very introverted. I was I didn't express myself a lot.
Yeah.
I wasn't really encouraged to express myself a lot
That's
either.
true.
Growing up, like
Because generationally,
my parents, our parents, we didn't really
the men
tell
don't
us much.
emotional intelligence was not a
We
thing.
didn't really,
Speaking about how we feel is not a thing.
yeah, feelings never came up, emotions never came
Whereas
up.
with our kids,
All I talk about.
it's all we talk.
I literally tell my kids, please tell me how you're feeling, what you're thinking. I need to understand what's going through your head. I never got any of that. And it might have been a cultural different thing. It might
Yeah.
have been a language barrier
Good one.
because I know the English wasn't their first language.
Yeah.
So we didn't have these conversations growing up. It was very, very silent, So there's probably reasons for that.
Well,
Yeah, I think that's it. It's really because there was not a lot of encouragement to talk about these things, I didn't talk about them. Yeah.
so if there is somebody out there who didn't grow up with a father
Mhm.
and they're well, would you say anything to them? Like how would you counsel them to deal with this better and to move forward in a beneficial way, like a
Well,
better way?
it's tough for me because it's like technically we did grow up with a father,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah, I'm sorry for saying that. I didn't mean that. It's
it's hard
just
for me to no, it's hard for me to eh, give advice from a perspective
of
of
not
not
pause.
because
But what about a bad
yeah, not really present father.
not a,
Yeah.
that's what I meant. Yeah.
From that perspective, the advice that I can give is the advice that I basically
How do
took
you
for
become a
myself.
king without a father figure?
I learned a lot from him, but not in the way that you would expect. And I tell this to a lot of people. I learned what not to do.
I love that. Yeah.
He was, and me and my cousin kind of go back and forth on this because we both know him well,
Yeah.
and he made a lot of very bad decisions. He's a very personable guy, very funny guy,
Charming.
charming. He he knew how to make friends, right? He was the talk of the party,
Yeah. Oh
right?
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Everybody knew him, everybody loved him, right? But he made very poor decisions
Reactive,
for
emotional
him
decision.
personally, for his health,
Yeah.
and also like ruined a lot of friendships and relationships,
Yes.
right? Just bad decisions overall.
Yeah.
And I saw these firsthand and I saw what they did to him, what they did to these other people, and where it ultimately led him, which is basically to his death,
Yeah.
right? And this is what I learned from him. This is what not to do. If you can take a look at all the mistakes he made, and I saw firsthand what happened to him. I mean, granted, I didn't experience it myself, but I saw it. And because he was my father, I felt it. Even though it wasn't me, I still
Like a
felt it.
representation of him.
Yeah, I felt it. And I'm like, this is not how to live life. These are the things I should not be doing. How do I do the
The
opposite?
opposite.
How do I build relationships? How do I not abuse my body? How do I take
Mhm.
advantage of healthy living, healthy lifestyle?
Treat women.
How to treat women? How to engage with my kids and encourage them to be more forthcoming, more emotional, express how they're feeling. These are all the things I learned from him. So funny enough, he didn't teach me any of those things, but he taught me what to do, right? It's like
It's really cool. I really like
if
that.
anything I learned from him,
Yeah.
that's it. It's
Yeah.
like what what don't you like what do you not do here? So
Yeah.
so yeah, so that helped me. And so, who knows? maybe if none of that happened, we wouldn't be where we are today. Maybe we're
Exactly.
maybe we're better off because
Yes.
that happened.
Yes.
We'll never quite know,
No.
but you can't really go and dwell on the past
No,
or regret for a
absolutely not.
different outcome.
No.
This is the outcome that happened,
Yeah.
and I'm very grateful for where I ended up.
It's just nice to understand it in a certain way that benefits you.
Yeah,
Um, yes.
yeah.
So I think for me, the daddy issues, it allowed me to be so strong.
Mhm, mhm,
I just feel like I'm emotionally strong because of it.
mhm.
Um,
Maybe if those didn't occur, you wouldn't
I
be as emotionally
know.
strong.
Absolutely not. If I was coddled or
Yeah.
how are you feeling?
Yeah. Or yeah, maybe you
I
would have
had
done
to
so
learn.
differently.
Yeah. Like I had to learn to do the emotional stuff on my own.
Yeah, which is have been
Um,
better for you.
it could have been better.
Yeah.
It could have been better. Like it hurt my head a lot. I bumped my head a lot of times and I failed and I learned
Yeah.
because you're in it.
Yeah.
Just like you said,
Of
right?
course. Of course.
That I did it kind of at an earlier age, maybe.
Mhm.
So by the time I was in my 30s and my mindset was exponential.
This is why you can't regret the past
No.
because you know how
Happened just as it should.
yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be the person you are today
Yeah.
without the shortcomings
Yeah.
and those failures.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will sit and dwell on, oh, I wish this didn't happen. I wish that didn't happen.
What
But
is that doing for you?
first of all, it's not doing anything for you. But second of
No.
all, maybe those things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
Maybe they happened in a way that changed your life to go in a different direction to where you ended up today. You'll never know, but at the same time, I like to believe that those moments were required to be here.
Yeah.
So
And to be the person
there's
that
no
you
point
are.
in regretting.
Yeah.
There's only looking back and learning from them
Yeah.
and appreciating that they happened.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's the key thing.
Learning that I could be my own father is really cool
Yeah.
because that I've developed that voice in my head
Mm.
that's like,
Yeah.
Priscilla.
The stern voice that you were expecting getting up,
I
but you
know.
never got.
I have.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the stern voice. He was the,
Did he have one?
he, I always,
You experienced him a little bit more than I did.
yeah, I talk about him like he was the sleeping giant growing up, but because he worked the night shift, he was always sleeping in the day.
Yeah.
So, like, childcare was non existent. So, you know, I was around the house doing things, playing games or whatever, and he was just sleeping on the couch.
Yeah.
I don't knock him for that. It's because he worked all night and now he's in the day
We
sleeping while our
understand.
mother
Yeah.
was working the other job.
Yeah.
So there was an adult present. You weren't technically alone.
If a fire occurred,
Yeah.
so we would
Yeah.
be brought to safety.
Yeah. So but occasionally I would see him up
Yeah.
and yeah, whenever he was mad or there was did something wrong, whatever,
Yeah.
he's very stern in his voice.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I would
Yeah.
love to hear that.
Yeah, but also very friendly when he's happy.
Yeah.
It didn't happen often, and to
Yeah.
be honest, because most of the discipline I got was from our mom.
Yes.
So
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember those a lot more.
Yeah.
It was rare to get it was rare to see dad
Discipline. Yeah.
because most of the time
He wasn't in the opportunity to do it. Yeah.
not in the opportunity because most of the time he was working or sleeping.
Yeah.
So, you didn't get those chances. Yeah.
Yeah. And I do think altruistic. So when it helps us heal when we do something towards a purpose. So I know you did the testicular cancer
Yeah.
Movember campaign.
Yeah, I did that for several years.
Yeah, and kind of in honor of him, which is
Yeah.
really cool because he did have testicular cancer.
Yeah, we raised a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because that's something I think the important part of that about that campaign is to get awareness and to make sure people are talking about it because men frequently do not get these things checked until it's too late.
Yeah.
And so the idea really was raise money, raise awareness so men are more comfortable to actually get these things checked
Yeah.
before it's too late and we can't go back.
I think with me, it's just like the mental health in general.
Yeah.
He was not okay.
It's not stable.
So I do have like a soft spot for people who are not okay.
Yeah.
even those that are not making good decisions based on that,
Yes,
if
yes.
they're not well medicated or, so it kind of gave me that purpose to help people.
Mhm.
So I like thank him for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have had that if
If
such a big person in my life had mental problems.
Yeah, no, of course. So that's like a very good learning and exposure to something that gave you awareness to a problem that exists.
Yeah. He very much wanted to regulate, mom would tell me,
Yeah.
and he was like starving for it, but didn't know how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And therapy is,
well, back then they didn't really even diagnose these. So like I didn't really realize this was a mental thing until late in the game. I always thought it was like his alcohol
yeah.
problem that was driving a lot of his actions and behaviors.
Yeah.
And most people thought that was it as well, but really it was a mental thing. But again, we didn't have the
PTSD.
yeah, we didn't have the I guess the tools that diagnose these things properly until today, or it wasn't widely available back.
And right now, if you look left a little bit faster than right, you're gonna be on the
Yeah,
spectrum.
there's something you're gonna end up somewhere. Yeah. So
Whereas before it was,
that's the thing, like, a
yeah.
lot of people think, like, "Oh, like, mental health issues are on the rise, there's a problem with society,"
It's just awareness.
but, I mean, could be,
Yeah.
but also, we actually have the tools to properly diagnose these things now. So, you know, maybe we're just realizing the problem that was always there.
And it's just the numbers are increasing
The
because of
increase
the awareness.
because the awareness,
Yeah.
whereas before we didn't actually have these tools
Yeah.
to do these diagnoses. So yeah, there it could be a combination. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think we covered a lot of stuff today.
That was a lot.
Thank you so much.
That's no problem. This was fun. I enjoyed the questions. I enjoyed the camp.
Yes. So
Uh,
healing.
yeah, there was a lot to talk about here. It was
Yeah,
fun.
there was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we came here to this cocktail bar in Burlington
Yeah.
called the Lone Wolf.
Right.
Have some delicious snacks, which we kind of devoured
Yeah, there's a lot.
between breaks.
A lot of cool snacks, food here. Drinks were amazing. Yeah, it's and
Cocktails were good.
yeah, they've been really good hosts. This has been really fun. Yeah.
All right. If it's okay with you, could you rate the cocktails?
I only had this one.
Yeah.
Um, it was I think it was the Midnight Wolf.
The Midnight Wolf.
I think so. It was really good. It got almost like a beachy vibe to it due
Mm,
to the Malibu rum that they throw in there. They have some matcha in there as well. It gives a very interesting taste.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I really liked it. I give it like 7.5 out of 10.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
My rating scale is like difficult, so
Yeah.
7.5 is good. Trust me.
Okay.
Yes.
I just had the margarita. I didn't even look at it was good though.
Was it spicy margarita or just
Yeah, no spicy.
just regular?
Just usually my thing, but
Okay.
yeah,
And how would you rate this one?
it's me. It's probably like a 10.
10 out of 10. 12 out of 10.
I'm an easy rater for drinks.
Yeah. It
It's
tastes great.
back in that kitchen.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. This is really fun.
No problem. All right. Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Signing off.
See you later.